Alright guys, today we have a couple of topics that I want to go over. First of all, a little bit of a question from me regarding the Underdog Cup. We're going to talk about the next tournament that is happening and also a bit of an update on the Opera campaign, because I actually told people on Twitch that if we hit a certain milestone that I would also do a bit of a fun cast, and I want to talk about that. And then last but not least, a bit of a sad news regarding some of the matches from the Underdog Cup, because Blizzard threw a little bit of a wrench into my plans since the last patch has screwed a few things up. So first and foremost, with the Underdog Cup right now, I'm actually a little bit curious because I would like to have some feedback. Right now, when I look at obviously the metrics on YouTube and the numbers, it is quite a bit lower than the recent Underdog Cups, and obviously that was to be expected when I compared, let's see, to the Anniversary Cup or the Murky Cup, because at the end of the day, we're focusing on the amateur scene, right? And I totally understand that for some people it's not quite as interesting as looking at the top level. For others, it's more interesting because they see more of their own place in what's happening on the screen. And specifically when we're talking about early group stage matches, that can be a bit one-sided. So totally understand that these are not hitting the same numbers. But I'm a little bit surprised still, because even on the likes, it's usually below 100 right now, which is quite less. So I would love to have a little bit of feedback from you guys if you're just saying you want to have shorter Underdog Cups, if you want to see them a bit less. Right now, the last one I ran was a few months back. So just a little bit of feedback generally why that is, and what you like about the tournament, what you don't like about the tournament, what you would love to see in the future would be helpful for me in organizing more. Generally speaking, I still want to showcase the grassroots scene. That's not something that I'm going to change. But for example, format-wise, and also depending on how many teams we include in the events, that could be changed depending on the feedback that I get. So that's point number one. There's also one thing with the Underdog Cup, as I already said, which is a little bit of a sad note. You will notice when we're going now through the remaining stages of the tournament that there is occasionally a match missing. Normally what happens is that we have maps or games played out at the same time when there's a lot of games going on, let's say for example in the group stage, and normally then I pick one to cast live and I will do another one later on from replays. Now every single time that a new patch gets released, it makes it a little bit more complicated, but it still works, because what you have to basically do is you load into the client as you normally would, and when you load the replay, it loads into an old version of the game. You have to set all of your settings up again, sounds for example, and then you can still commentate the replay, and I load this. A little bit more work for me, but normally that's what I do for all of these games. Now, I try to do that, but apparently Blizzard screwed either the last patch up, or they made a general shift in their policy around this that will also affect future versions. Now, I don't know yet which one of the two it is. What I can tell you though is that every single replay that was played out in the patch of the Underdog Cup doesn't work. You can't load into it anymore. If you choose something that's older than that, that still works. So if I even pick a game from 2023, 2024, no problem, I can load the old version. But either they bugged out or somewhere, or they had some other issues, or they just said, yeah, well, from here on out in the future, you won't be able to load into old replays anymore. Don't know what it is, but it has unfortunately as a consequence that some of the matches in the Underdog Cup I was not able to record for you guys, so you're missing out on those. Shouldn't really affect too many of them. Still annoys the hell out of me, I'm gonna be honest. Pisses me off actually quite a bit, but well, that's just what we have to deal with right now, and there's unfortunately for me no way to get there. Now, we have a couple of other news as well. So I talked a bit about the Opera campaign. So first of all, huge shout out to all of you. Thank you everybody who actually helped to support the channel with this. We had some pretty big milestones there, and I said on Twitch that if we would hit one of the last ones, that I would cast a full-on series between bots, between all of the IPs. I'm gonna make it, of course, in a fun way, but we're gonna figure out which is the strongest IP. Is it Warcraft, is it Diablo, Overwatch, or is it StarCraft? And I will definitely do that. So big shout out to everybody who did it. I absolutely love the support there. Very, very much appreciated. It's actually kind of funny because the campaign is now going to continue longer. They actually looked at it, said like, hey, we can run this a bit longer with you. So if you haven't done it yet, you can still. There's links in the description. It's mega easy. Just download the file, install the browser, watch the YouTube video on it, and you're done. So I'm not going to push it as much as we did for the past ones. But again, if people want to support the channel for free, you can still do this. The whole thing is going to run a little bit longer. But again, It's just for people that would like to support the channel, in addition to hitting those like buttons, which I of course know all of you do. Now, that brings us to the next tournament. So we have one more coming up. We're now going again towards the top level of play. And it was actually quite funny because I wanted to already announce the next tournament, and then Cure messaged me. So we have another Captain's Clash coming up. And now we shifted the schedules a little bit, but the Captain's Clash is now happening once again. So we have captain voted teams, and the event is going to start soon, and all of the games are obviously going to be uploaded to the channel as usual. So that's the next tournament that is coming in, and that will include then once again all of the top players. It's kind of it for the update for the day. So again, a little bit of feedback would be awesome. And once more, if there's anything else that you would like me to address in some of the videos, make sure that you drop a comment in the comment section, hit that like button. And as I said before, if you hit like and you subscribe to the channel on any of the videos that we currently publish here, that is helping a lot to spread the love with the Heroes of the Storm esports scene, and will get more people back in. Always love to read those comments when people address that specifically. But with that, pretty much done for the day. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.